This is PC Spiele Tipps und Tricks with the first episode of the Power Start video series in Desert Order. I requested a reset for my account and started this game from scratch again. This is the point where new players arrive after completing the tutorial. But you will notice that my base already looks a bit different. The flags have been reset to the normal level of new home bases. But all maximum buildings inside remained in the previous level. Every new player can get the same for some gold easily. I am on the newest map that was available on that particular day. I have been assigned to an alliance automatically by the system. I first leave this alliance. Those who are not member of an alliance don't need a chat window. So I completely deactivate it in the settings with a nice side effect that this video series receives a bigger area to show game content. Although no reasonable player attacks a home base, I add a little security against possible aggressors by upgrading the flags to level 3. The amount of gold needed for that upgrade is very small in my case because I already bought many upgrades and now I only reinstall them for a very small fee. As shown above, I still can reconstruct 68 flag upgrades very cheap. First, I produce 50 launchers. This unit can be bought up to 50 times every day for a price that is reduced by 90% with reduced building times. I must use this for real power start. Of course, I don't want to click 50 times stupidly. Therefore, I activate a building loop for 5 gold. To avoid the loop interrupting because of a lack of resources, I also activate a 3-hour production accelerator for aluminium. Launchers are best to attack bases. As I want to grow fast in the beginning, this is exactly what I need now. While the launchers get built, let us have a quick look on the home base. Very important for a power start is the immediate upgrade of all production buildings to the maximum level. Without that, the previous accelerator would have had nearly no effect. The side tower, the jammer tower and the detector tower are nice add-ons, but in the very beginning they are not really necessary in a home base. You will need more energy once you have 5 bases. Also, more military points are only needed later. You can get these when you really need them, but then your home base is the very best location for them. The group limit expansion building also is a nice feature, but in the very beginning the normal 5 groups should be sufficient as this limit grows anyway with the number of bases. To be able to build more than 10 bases is absolutely irrelevant for the first hour in the game. The command base is just there because of my previous gameplay. The system recommends to attack a river base on the other side of that river. Generally, a single launcher is absolutely enough to destroy the baby flag of a new player base. Speed is the key to win. Therefore, I don't wait longer and take just the 2 launchers that I already got. They don't need support of other units. That early on a newly started map, the risk is very low to run into tanks of an enemy, and there cannot be a plane at the moment. When another 5 launchers are completed, I also send them into that promising direction. I want to conquer some more bases. Did I say that the risk to meet enemy tanks is low? Another player uses these fast breeders for his start. Breeders nearly cause no damage to a launcher. On the other side, launchers are also not really good in fighting against breeders. But I prefer to have the launchers in that confrontation. They have 4 times the firepower. So both groups fight against each other. Normally, the best option for the faster breeders in that situation is to run away. But the owner had that idea a little late, and so he loses one of his breeders. Then I recognized where these breeders were heading to. Another river base appeared just where the two Lancias passed seconds ago. That is a great target for my second group of 5 Lancias. But they need to take the long route around the base, as there is not enough space for a group between the base and the river. Now it is time to build an APC. I interrupt the running production of Lancias and send all existing Lancias to the new bases following the others. I now order an APC, also named Conquest Truck. As soon as it is completed, the home base has to continue with Lancias and the APC is sent to the nearest river base. You see an error message about exceeding the group limit. These small groups of Lancias plus that APC reach the limit. I have that group limit expansion building in my home base, but it is a known behavior of this game that it always takes a while until it shows effect. This interrupts the production of more Lancias for a while. As soon as the Conquest Truck took over the new base, it vanishes and I again have a group available. Also, the new base increases my group limit, so I can continue with the production of more Lancias in the home base again. The new base can build another APC immediately to get the initially target river base also. The new base can defend itself well with its upgraded flags, so the 5 Lancias are no longer needed to protect it, and I send them to another river base that appeared right next to me. The new APC can immediately conquer it. It was not my intention to concentrate on river bases at the start, but it is also not a disadvantage. The successful group of Lancias can now start to the center of the map. Defensive players would try to get a group of bases next to each other in a corner of the map or on one side. An offensive player like me prefers the center of the map, as I later will be able to connect to my first river bases successfully. From the center, I have all options regarding further development and possible alliances. The strategic goal of the first days in the game is to have a dominant position on both the river and the railway. South of my river bases, other players already work on 2 river bases. I ignore these and continue to drive to a group of new player bases in the center of the map. Suddenly, I get attacked by 2 breeders at the destroyed but not yet conquered 3rd river base. Even one of my Lancias already has some damage taken from the first tiny battle. They should be strong enough to defend this base. 3 more Lancias of another player attack my APC. Unfortunately, they are successful. But it is a known bug in this game that sometimes a destroyed unit is resurrected with 0 damage points. A single hit would finally destroy it. But as these short-sighted breeders believe that they destroyed the APC, they are not even trying to follow it. As the battle at that base is still running, I keep away from it with that APC. But then I change my decision. There are 2 attackers against me. In that situation, speed is the key to win. So I decided to be cool and let the APC simply pass the 2 attacking breeders. A single hit would destroy my APC completely. But these breeders are so much focused on that battle against my Lancias that my APC can enter the base successfully. The flags then kill all attackers very fast. The upgrade was not really necessary, but I need it anyway. These 5 attacking breeders recognize a little late that they cannot win that fight and get destroyed. Before I add more flags, that new base has to build a new APC to get my 3rd new player river base. My big group of launchers arrived at the bridge in the meantime and can continue its way to the center of the map. Each conquered base receives a construction loop to add 10 more flags automatically. I'm not wasting time. As soon as another APC is built, I send it to the center of the map. The launchers there will have destroyed a base soon there, but without an APC it will not be mine. Adding 2 launchers as an escort is a weak support. But at that time of the new map, I don't want to waste time on the production of other units. I simply have to be faster than others. Bases that can be taken now easily are possibly well defended tomorrow. No base, no unit is making a break. The units are on their way to their targets and the new bases add more flags. The home base continues to build more launchers. My first target in the center of the map is a base near the end of that railway. It is not a railway base, but it keeps open the future possibility to conquer railway bases later. After taking over the 4th new player base, together with my home base, I now own 5 bases. I am no longer a new player and cannot conquer more new player bases. From now on, I only can steal bases from other players. Will I be able to do that? Can I continue to grow fast? More about that in the next episodes of this little Power Start video series. Best you subscribe this channel to avoid missing the next videos.